There are reports that a significant proportion of COVID hospitalisations are in hospital for other illnesses or injuries, but also happen to have COVID. Given there's so much uncertainty and people are worried, do we need to change the way that daily cases are being reported to show these levels of breakdowns?
Well, the focus should not be on daily cases. The focus should be on the pressure on the health system and the number of people who are in either ICU or on ventilators. Now, right now, there are 51 people who are on ventilators and around 150 people who are in ICU. Let's keep that in perspective, a country of 26 million people. And we know that the majority of people who are in hospital with COVID are actually unvaccinated. So the message is very clear: go and get vaccinated. And if you're eligible, go and get the booster shot. The early data on Omicron is showing that it's perhaps around 75% less severe than Delta. Now, Delta is still out there in the community, and that's one of the other main reasons that people are actually in hospital. But Omicron may provide that bridge from the pandemic to the endemic, and early signs are actually quite encouraging, according to the medical experts.
Just finally, Treasurer, before we let you go, this weekend we saw Anthony Albanese making a number of election pitches, particularly in the Hunter region of New South Wales. It's almost like the unofficial election campaign is well and truly underway. Are you ready for the next few months?
Well, the thing to say about Anthony Albanese and his proposal around rail was it was a plan to have a plan about a plan. And again, that's just more talk, no action from Anthony Albanese. And then I see he's now talking about shipping, rehashing a proposal he had from the 2019 election. Well, let's remember that when Labor was last in office, they did not commission one Australian-made naval ship. Not one. Not one, and we have now the biggest program underway for shipbuilding in Australia's military history, going back, since the Second World War. So it's a big contrast between what he says and what he does. But what I do know is that the Labor Party and their shadow Treasury spokesman, Jim Chalmers, said the next election will be about jobs. And the biggest test for the government's management of the pandemic will be what happens to unemployment. And today we've seen data reveal that around 500,000 new jobs have been created since September alone, and that the unemployment rate is at 4.6% compared to 5.7% when Labor left office. We have one of the most left-wing, hard left Labor leaders that has ever led a party in Australia, in Anthony Albanese. He has a long history of proposing higher taxes, whether it was at the last election on retirees, on housing, on superannuation, on people's income, or on family small businesses. We know if he's got a chance in office, he will put higher taxes, he'll attack aspirational Australians, and that won't be good news for Australia's economic recovery.
All right, a big few months ahead. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg, thank you for joining me this morning.
My pleasure.